Since 1988, the international organization known as World Economic Forum is convening its annual assembly in the Swiss Alps. At each convention, the organization invites important figures and representatives of global financial organizations to talk about global commerce, economic development, political concerns, and important social issues. This year wasn't the exception, because Brad Garlinghouse visited the event, and he did not go unnoticed and talked a lot about the case against the SEC. But, before diving deeper into this topic, hello to the XRP news community, welcome to a new video. If this is the first time you see one of our videos, we send a special greeting, and we encourage you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell notifications, so you don't miss any videos. I want to tell you that this channel gives away 200 XRP. For a chance to participate, all you must do is subscribe, like the video and leave a comment. The winner will be announced on the 31st of May. In addition to this, get 100 extra XRP if you are on our Telegram channel. The link is in the description. Now, coming back to the topic at hand, Brad Garlinghouse is a board member at the World Economic Forum, and he is visiting the annual winter conference in Mount Davos. That by itself already is a piece of good news, because it talks about how important XRP it becomes in the last years. While this might seem obvious, it's worth noting that this would imply that the SEC versus Ripple Labs case doesn't have an impact on the future direction of XRP outside the United States. Also, is an indicator that the forum plans to give more uses in the years to come to this cryptocurrency in the financial system. Previously, in 2018, the WEF published an article titled "A Digital Currency Should Be Adopted as the World's Leading Reserve Currency." The same pointed out this. The rise of cryptocurrencies has created a unique opportunity for market forces to spearhead a shift toward a truly neutral reserve asset. With US leadership more unpredictable than ever, it is an opportunity that should not be missed. According to this, if you have a single country that dominates the world's reserve currency, that country can impose its own monetary policy on the rest of the world, and there will be an inherent imbalance in global power. This creates several issues for smaller countries that suffer the imposed monetary policies, and for larger countries whose currencies serve as global reserve currencies. It creates a conflict of interest between the short-term national goals and the long-term international ones. What this document makes obvious is that the WEF is seeking a cryptocurrency that becomes the world's reserve currency, and the participation of Garlinghouse in the convention makes clear that this cryptocurrency might be XRP. This cryptocurrency of Ripple Labs has replaced SWIFT money transactions in some institutions because money can move much faster without the traditional 3 to 7 day delays that occur when transmitting money between different locations. Also, the costs of any remittances are another important issue to consider, because the fees of most other companies are substantially higher than Ripple, but using the XRP technology you are just paying pennies to transfer your money. Among other things during the event, Brad Garlinghouse also participated in a panel alongside Jeremy Allaire, CEO of Circle, in which both talked about making a partnership to upgrade the world's financial system. That's how Jeremy put it. We can improve it with more scalable blockchain technologies, as Brad's company provides, and make it extremely low cost to move. Meanwhile, Brad talked about the challenges facing cryptocurrencies, and how many governments consider them to be destructive and dangerous ideas. We cannot forget that just a few weeks ago, Janet Yellen, Secretary of the Treasury, seized on the slump in cryptocurrency markets to push the idea that is needed more regulation. We can't either forget the videos that Gary Gensler posted on his Twitter, talking about the supposed necessity for more regulations of the SEC. In this context, Brad quoted the former US Fed chief who attended one of Ripple's events. Countries will not give up their ability to control monetary supply. They will roll tanks into the streets first because it's giving up their sovereignty. Brad then explained that cryptocurrencies that it's no more dangerous than physical cash because in both cases the banks will ask all kinds of questions. No one wants customers that might be involved in illegal activities, such as money laundering or drug trafficking financing. To be more specific, Brad said, "I agree with Jeremy that digital cash is anonymous and private and all those things. But if you ever walk into the bank and ask to withdraw $20,000 of cash, they're going to ask you a lot of questions, at least in the United States and other G20 markets. Then, he pointed out, people think that transactions with digital currencies are somehow easier to circumvent. But as Jeremy's described, digital currencies actually in many ways are more traceable and more trackable and more visible, and so in some ways, I think governments should actually like it better. So, it is more obvious that, despite there being fewer questions and more anonymity, transactions made with cryptocurrencies are easier to trace. This prevents them from going to digital wallets suspected of collaborating with illegal activities. Moving on, in the event, Brad Garlinghouse also granted an interview to CNBC where he talked about the case of Ripple Labs versus the SEC. First of all, he spoke about the lack of regulatory clarity in the United States, especially since the lawsuit against his company was filed. Since the beginning of the case in December 2020, there has been talking of the conflict of interest that exists within the state body. While some officials like Gary Gensler have been clearly against cryptocurrencies, others like Will H. Hinman changed their position, first assuring that Ethereum is a currency, but later saying that he considers cryptocurrencies as securities. We also have the case of Hester Peirce, who has shown a more favorable position with the crypto world, and who has been very vocal about her disagreement with the body she has been a part of. That's why Brad took aim at the SEC when he said, "The overwhelming majority of people working within the crypto industry are good actors that want to do right by regulators. But when the rules of the road aren't clear, it's very difficult to manage within that." Later in the interview, Garlinghouse revealed that he personally visited the SEC office 4 or 5 times in the years leading up to their decision to file a lawsuit. According to John E. Deaton, the last time Brad visited the commission was only a few months before the complaint was filed, when the SEC changed its opinion. What's most important to note about Brad Garlinghouse's multiple trips to the SEC is that the very first time he was informed the SEC had determined the XRP was a security was less than 4 months before the lawsuit was filed. Until then, the SEC had not expressed that XRP was a security. This information is complemented by another that came to light just a few days ago. In October 2013, Ripple Labs made a presentation to the SEC and other regulators. None of the government agencies present said anything about whether XRP could be considered a security. Also, during the filing, an SEC employee attended the meeting and requested a copy of the filing, where XRP was described as a currency. The success that the CEO of Ripple Labs is having at the Davos Forum leads us to the next topic of the video. Ripple Labs announced its association with Lithuanian Provider FINCI to open up a new cross-border payment corridor. The announcement can be found on Ripple's official Twitter account. It was made this last week, and the post in question said, "ODL, or on-demand liquidity by its initials, is coming to Lithuania. We're excited to partner with FINCI to open up a new payment corridor between Europe and Mexico, making it easier than ever for consumers and businesses in these regions to send/receive payments in real time." Ripple's new value report found that 70% of European financial institutions surveyed believe blockchain will have a significant impact on their business in the next 5 years, and 59% of those respondents are already interested in using this technology for payments. Cindy Young, Ripple's managing director of Europe, has explained, "Cross-border payments have traditionally been slow, complex, and unreliable. ODL is the first enterprise-grade solution to address these cross-border payment problems by tapping into global crypto liquidity, giving our customers a completely new way of doing business to help them grow and scale." In addition to gaining access to other partners in the Ripple network using ODL, Lithuanian payment service providers and mid-sized companies can release capital from pre-funded accounts to invest in expanding their businesses. As you see, Ripple has continued growing outside the United States, despite the legal battle with the SEC. The partnership with FINCI represents the opening up of a new market for the RippleNet ODL. And, with this panorama, we come to the end of the video. If you liked it, we would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and give a like. We publish a daily video. You should also share the video with someone that you think can be useful. See you in the next video.